Hey, what is up, Debt Free Mafia? Hey, my name is Financial Coach Rick, and today I wanted to talk about, what is the best way to save up for a large purchase that we have on the horizon. Maybe you're saving up for a new washer and dryer. Maybe you're saving up for some car tires. Maybe you're saving up for a down payment on a home. Whatever it might be. Hey, this is something I kind of wanted to cover because this is something I specialize in, and you've come to the perfect place. A little bit about me. I'm a financial coach. I help people learn how to budget correctly. I help people learn how to get out of debt effectively and efficiently. I help motivate them. I help keep them accountable. And I help them set up a future not only for themselves and not only for their kids, but their kids, their children's children. That's a goal of mine. It's a passion of mine. That's the whole reason I started the Debt Free Mafia. And so glad that you stopped by. If you want to be a part of the Mafia, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. This is a community where we talk about the debt-free lifestyle, talk about being smart with our money, and leaving a legacy. That's really what this is about. So today I wanted to talk about, maybe you got that big purchase coming up. Kind of wanted to go through I wanted to go through this mock budget that I have that's actually left over from some clients in the past. Of course, their stuff's all gone. But I wanted to talk about, what is a good way to factor it into the budget so that you can make your purchase, and what is a smart way to do that. So, so glad you stopped by. Let's kind of get into it. So maybe you got something big coming on the horizon. Most of my clients aren't prepared for a large purchase. They don't even know how to start it. They just kind of, if something big comes up, they throw it on a credit card. That's their emergency plan. And maybe that's you, and I'm not casting judgment on you, but hey, let's set you up to where you don't have to rely on financing and paying an interest rate just to get by. If you live paycheck to paycheck, and there's a chance that you are, chances are you're really stressed out. That's very natural. Almost 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So that's tragic to me, and that's not something I want for anybody. So I kind of wanted to talk through this and talk about, what is a smart way to save for stuff, because one thing I really wanted to specifically talk about, and I'm about to share my screen with you, and that's car tires, because that's something that has popped up in our life. The first time it happened, it was a big deal because we didn't have the money for it. Second time it wasn't. So I kind of wanted to talk through that. Let me share my screen with you real quick. Okay, so this is the budget I use. This is the budget I build. It's a very in-depth budget. It looks super intimidating. It's not. Once you get used to it, it's not. So it has everything from the income that these clients were making. One client, he was making money on the first and the third week. His wife was making money on the second and the fourth week. So they were kind of alternating on that spot. Doesn't really matter, irregardless. This is just to help us keep up with income from week to week, and obviously it's all added up for the whole month. Anyways, that's besides the point. This is something that we break down and want to do every month to make sure that we are counting every single dollar that's coming in and making sure every single dollar is accounted for going out. So bringing this up, one thing I really like to cover with them is this: car maintenance. One thing that we preach really big here at the Debt Free Mafia is not having a car payment. And if you do have a car payment, again, this is not shame on you. This is a learning opportunity. So what I want you to do is I want you to feel confident when it comes to being able to afford things in the future. Car payments are a big time suck on our budget. They've got interest rates that can really drain us, and also it really keeps us handcuffed month to month because we're having to make such a large contribution towards a item that drops in value over time. So all in all, it's not a smart thing to do. So besides the point, most of us that live a debt-free life do not have a car payment. So one thing that's very important is that we're covering our car maintenance. Believe it or not, old cars tend to break down a little bit more than new cars. They've gotten a lot better. They've gotten way better. Newer cars, everything built after 2000 seems to be pretty rock solid for the most part, especially if you've got just cash set aside for it. So we do this so that way we don't always have to just tap into our emergency fund should something happen. We want to be able to have, at least $500 or $600 set aside for the car should something happen. $500 or $600 covers most stuff. Not the extreme stuff, obviously, but most stuff. So these clients were just a little bit low. I believe they had newer vehicles, so it wasn't as big of a deal. However, me personally, my wife and I, we budget $100 a month because my truck is it's a 2007, and she drives a 2003 Jeep. So yeah, they're pretty old. The cool thing is those are paid for, and it doesn't cost us anything every month, but we do need to set aside money every month just in case they break down. So the way it works is we set aside, and this works just like it would if you were saving for something. So keep that in mind, and we'll talk about that in a second. But what we do is we set aside $100 every month, whether it is broken or not broken. We put this $100 in an envelope and we stash it away in the house, so that way whenever car tires come up, oil changes come up, or it breaks down, we have got an envelope full of cash that can take care of it. And it's not a big deal. It's an inconvenience, but it's not a big deal, right? So that's what you want. You want your issues to become inconveniences and not a traumatic issue or problem that causes all kinds of issues and robs you of your peace, right? So that's the idea behind that. So let's talk about having a saving for a purchase. So in this case, it would be, let's say these clients wanted to get a new car. So what we teach here at the Debt Free Mafia is a zero-based budget. So that means at the end of the month, we have no money left over. After doing their whole budget, they have $690 left over. That's not good. We don't want that. We want to send this $690 somewhere. Let's say that they've paid all their debt off. So pretend their debt's not here. But let's say they've paid their debt off. They've got $690 left over. They've got an emergency fund funded. And now they really need a car because they've got 4 kids and they're about to have 5 and they need to get a newer van. So let's just use that scenario. So, went too far. So they need to get a newer van. The van that they've been researching costs about, $9,000 or so. They're buying it used, but it's got more room and it'll take care of them for the next 5 to 6 years. So what we're going to do is, since we've got $690 left over, is we're going to take that $690 and we're going to plug it in for our car upgrade. So they're going to set aside $690 into a savings account every single month so that they can save for this van. And I don't know the math right off the top of my head, but let's see here. Let me see. So let's say it costs $9,000 and they're able to set aside $690 a month. So that's going to take them about 13 months. So they'll be saving that for a little over a year, and they'll be able to buy a new vehicle. And that's the way you want to do it. You want to be able to make sure you know where every single dollar is going, and anything extra that you can spare starts going towards this new item. And you don't have to do just this. You could have a garage sale to try to sell some stuff. Or you could try to pick up a second job or maybe overtime or whatever it takes to kind of bump up the cash for a little while so that you can save a little faster for what you need to save for. So, guys, that's really the gist of it. We always say this, and we can talk about the math all day, but really the math is only 20% of it. If you really, really want to make a big financial change in your life, in your family's life, it's 80% behavior. You need to change your behavior. So let's be smart. Let's stay on top of this stuff and get going. So guys, if that was helpful, hit it with the like button. Let me know in the comments, what is something that you're saving for right now? Just because I'm curious, I'd love to know. And then on top of that, go ahead and hit the subscribe. I'd love to have you here at the Debt Free Mafia. If this kind of stuff, talking about personal finance, talking about winning with money is your kind of thing, man, we're all about it. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. See you later. Peace.